Hello, I'm Rabbi Garfinkel, and I welcome you to the Ask My Rabbi Show, the interactive video blog that gives you the opportunity to ask me anonymous questions about Judaism and to get life advice from a Jewish perspective. Today's question comes from Leonard in Europe. Here's his question. For several years now, I've been married to a British subject and living in England, far from my parents and siblings. I've felt tremendous guilt and a sense of grief because of not being able to participate in their lives. But at the same time, I have made a serious commitment to my wife, who cannot bear to leave her family behind to come live in the U.S. Long-distance relationships cannot continue indefinitely. If I'm lucky, I can find the money to visit once a year and send cards and gifts on holidays. I do call and email, of course, but it's no substitute for being there for people when they need you. I despair daily, but I cannot blame my wife or dream of leaving her. I love her dearly, and now we're talking of having children. Where do the greater responsibilities lie? How can I avoid having to choose between the people I love? Leonard, thanks for your question. It is clear to me that your primary responsibility is to be the best husband you can be. And if that means that you have to stay in the United Kingdom, then so be it. Your parents, and to a lesser extent your siblings, represent your past. Your wife and any children you may eventually have represent your future. It is always preferable to keep one's sights on the future as opposed to the past, because focusing on the past too much can have a paralyzing effect. Consider the fate of Lot's wife in the Torah, who looked back at the smoking ruins of Sodom and turned into a pillar of salt. She was unable to get over the past, so she lost the ability to progress into the future. You might also want to consider what the Torah says about Adam after God creates a woman out of his rib. Chapter 2, verse 24 says, "Therefore, a man leaves his father and mother and joins his wife to become one flesh." In other words, your obligation, and the natural order of things, I might add, is to leave your parents and be with your wife. Now, this does not mean you should ignore your parents or cut off contact from them. To the contrary, you should try to visit whenever you can, and they should also make an effort to visit you in England. And that's the end of this episode of the Ask My Rabbi Show. I'm Rabbi Eli Garfinkel of Temple Bethel in Somerset, New Jersey. Happy Thanksgiving and Shabbat Shalom.